Hi guys, so the other day I was at a local store and I was looking for a good retinol cream to try out, and I saw Neutrogena had recently launched a fragrance-free retinol cream, and I looked at the shelf next to it and I saw ROC had also released a new fragrance-free retinol cream, so I thought, oh, I'll pick these both up and I'll review them and then maybe I'll compare them to each other. And then when I got home and was kind of looking at these, I'm like, God, the packaging, the jars are identical. The package is even weirdly identical. And I looked at the ingredient list and they were identical too. So, and one costs more than the other. So it's like, well, what sense does that make? So I guess the ROC brand is worth an extra $2. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to review these. It is the ROC Retinol Correction Daily Hydration Cream, Advanced Anti-Wrinkle Formula, which is fragrance-free, and which is the same as the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Release Regenerating Face Cream, fragrance-free. So, anyway, my first grade, and I'm going to just go out and judge these the same because they're the same. Everything's the same except the color in the bottle and the color in the box. So, anyway, my first criteria is packaging, and unfortunately they chose to package these in jars, which retinol is an ingredient that can be very unstable, and once it's exposed to light and air, it begins to degrade very fast. It degrades very quickly, quicker than a lot of other antioxidants and beneficial ingredients. So the jar is not the ideal packaging for these. And these jars are heavy, so if you travel a lot, you're not going to be able to bring this. So if you decide to pick this up, use one of my airless jars or my travel tubes. Anyway, so packaging is unfortunate. My second criteria is alcohol. And this only contains the good or fatty types of alcohols, so that is a good thing. My third criteria is fragrance, and these don't contain fragrance. However, they do each have a counterpart which does. The only difference between this and the other version of this is that this version doesn't contain fragrance, so look for the ones that say fragrance-free on it. Neutrogena, it highlights fragrance-free. The ROC says fragrance-free right here. So look out for those when you're shopping if you're going to pick this up, because the fragrance-free version is much better, especially if you have sensitive skin. And even if you don't, retinol can be very drying to the skin if not used properly, and you're just better off avoiding any other potential irritants such as fragrance or denatured alcohols. So the fragrance-free version is definitely the way to go. My fourth criteria is the manufacturing location, and neither of these state it, but they're both made by Johnson & Johnson, so I assume it's the U.S. So, anyway. My fifth criteria is ease of use, and very easy to use. Smooths over skin nicely. It's a little bit thicker cream, so you're going to want to use it towards the end or at the very end of your skincare routine, or apply this, let it absorb for a minute or two, and then apply a heavier moisturizer, just to give your skin some sort of buffer, and let it fully absorb. And if you apply a good moisturizer with it and a good serum underneath it, it's less likely that your skin will dry out. And I recommend using this in the evening, and definitely in the daytime use a sunblock, because retinol can make your skin a little bit more sensitive to the sun. So very easy to use, a little bit thicker than most retinol serums and things. So it's got some hydration ingredients in there, which are good. And start out slowly. On the Neutrogena box, I think it said use morning and evening. So I don't know if they're assuming that the level of retinol in here is not a high percentage, that you could use it morning and evening, but I don't recommend that. I recommend using the evening only, and in the daytime using a good serum, good vitamin C product, and good sunblock. I don't recommend using retinol in the daytime just because your skin is already becoming more sensitive to the sunlight and things, so use it at night. And start out slow if you haven't used retinol before, although neither of these really say what percentage it is. The retinol is toward the end of the list on both of these, so I'm assuming it's not like a 1% retinol. I'm assuming it's closer to 0.5 or 0.25% retinol, or even lower than that, if they're recommending using it twice a day. So, but otherwise very easy to use. My sixth criteria is antioxidants, and this is where they kind of slipped up again. Other than the retinol and a little bit of vitamin C, which is the last ingredient on the list, it doesn't really contain any other antioxidants or any other beneficial ingredients. It's mostly preservatives and a few synthetic hydration ingredients. So butylene glycol, dimethicone, things like that. So there really isn't a lot of other benefits to your skin other than the retinol and vitamin C that they've included. And I assume they did include a lot of preservatives, probably because of the jar packaging, which they might not have had to if they used different squeeze tube packaging. Anyway, so really no other beneficial ingredients. And the vitamin C is like the last on the list. So I don't know, there's not much of that either. So probably very, 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 very small percentage. My 7th criteria is animal testing, and neither ROC nor Neutrogena are cruelty-free since they're both owned by Johnson & Johnson. So hopefully things will be changing with some of that soon. So my 8th criteria is performance, and it doesn't quite perform rapid wrinkle results like the claim, and the fact that they kind of call it Retinol Complexion Max. This is a slower working retinol. I'm assuming it's because the percentage is so low that you probably won't get results if you're familiar with retinols and you know how fast and how helpful they can work. This one doesn't work as fast at all. And the one thing though I did like about it though is you didn't have any redness or flakiness or dryness with this. So that's a good thing. Also probably speaks to the level of retinol included, that it's probably a little bit lower. But overall it's still nice and hydrating for the most part. So just didn't perform as fast as some other types of retinol that I've used. My 9th criteria is the price, and the Neutrogena version is 1.7 ounces. This is the full size, and it's $26 if you don't get it on sale anywhere. And the ROC version is also 1.7 ounces, but it's about $28. So I'm not sure what makes it $2 more. The gold on the bottle, I guess. I don't know. So, I don't know. If you're thinking about this, get the Neutrogena version. It's $2 less. So, but it's still affordable for retinol cream as well. So that's nice also. And then my 10th criteria, which is the it factor. I didn't see any reason that it got the it factor. I like the fact that it's fragrance free and that some of these brands are coming out with more fragrance free options. Olay's doing it too. More and more brands are seeing that fragrance free is the way to go. But the jar packaging is just overall disappointing. So overall, this got a 6 out of 10 on the Sarah score scale, which is okay. There's more to like about it than to dislike, but there's better retinol creams for much less. One of them is right here, which I reviewed. The Inculist Retinol is half the price and a little bit better formula. So check that one out too. But anyway, decent. So I'm interested if you guys have a chance to try either of these, and if you have, what your thoughts are. So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below, and help support the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys.